He earned more than the city doctor. He ate alone. You are the executioner. Everyone in this town needs you. Everyone in this town also crosses the street when they see you coming. The priest won't give you a front pew. The butcher won't sell you meat at the front counter. Your daughter will never marry a farmer, a blacksmith, or a baker. She will marry another executioner's son because that is the only family that will take her. This morning, the bell rings once. That means work. There is a man in the square. He stole 2 loaves of bread. The sentence is in his right hand. You have done this 43 times. Your name is Franz Schmidt. The city is Nuremberg. The year is 1578. You are 23 years old. And this is the only job you were ever allowed to have. Your father was the executioner. Before him, his father was the executioner. You did not choose this. No one asked you. When you were 8 years old, your father took you to the square, not to watch the market, not to buy bread, to watch him work. He told you to keep your eyes open. He said, "If you look away, you become weak." If you are weak in this job, men suffer longer than they need to. So you watched, and you kept your eyes open. By 12, you are handing him the tools, the rope, the cloth to bind the wrists, sometimes the sword, carried carefully, blade pointing down. You don't speak. He doesn't explain. The explanation was finished when you were 8. Not all executioners are born into it. Some are criminals given a choice, the gallows or the rope. Some are soldiers who run out of other options, a priest in debt, a baker whose guild expelled him. The city always needs an executioner. And the city doesn't care very much how you got there. But once you are there forever. No guild will take you. No trade will hire you. There is no leaving this profession. The city needs you. The city also owns you. You are the executioner. That is the beginning and the end of what you are. There are 5 ways to kill a man legally in Nuremberg in 1578. You know all 5. The rope. The cleanest in the eyes of the law, not the cleanest in reality. A good hanging requires the right drop. Too short, the man strangles slowly. Too long, the head separates from the body. You have made both mistakes. You have also, over the years, made it clean. Precision takes practice. 6 years of watching your father is what it took. No one taught you any of this formally. You learned it the way you learned everything, by watching until it broke something in you, and then by watching some more. The sword. Faster than the rope if done correctly. 1 clean arc. The condemned kneels. The blade drops. It is finished in under a second. You are required to be precise. The city pays for precision. A botched beheading, 2 strokes, 3 strokes, and the crowd turns. They throw things. The city finds you. And the condemned suffers longer than the sentence requires. The breaking wheel. This one is not quick. A man is spread across a large cartwheel. His bones are broken one by one with an iron rod. Arms, legs, chest. You work from the extremities inward. For lesser crimes, the judge sometimes writes mercy from above into the sentence. That means you start with the chest blow, which ends it quickly. For the worst crimes, no mercy is written. You start from the bottom. You work toward the heart. It takes as long as it takes. You have done this 11 times. You don't count those the same way you count the others. The fire. Burning at the stake. Reserved for heresy and witchcraft. You provide the skill, a cord around the neck, pulled tight before the flames rise high, so they lose consciousness before the burning reaches them. It is considered a mercy. Not everyone in the crowd knows you do this. You do it anyway. Drowning. For women. A leather sack. The river. A stone. 5 methods. You know all 5. You are paid differently for each one. The city has a fee schedule. It is very precise. The money is real. This is the part people misunderstand. You earn 10 shillings for a capital execution. That is 16 times what a skilled tradesman earns in a single day. The city also pays you a monthly salary. On top of that, you collect fees for every minor punishment, a flogging, a branding, the removal of an ear, the hand, a finger. Franz Schmidt, the executioner who comes after men like you, keeps every record in a diary. Over 45 years, from 1573 to 1617, he performs 361 executions and 345 separate punishments. He is wealthy. He has a house. He has savings. By any measure of coin, he is a success. He also has a right, written into city law, called the handful right. He can walk into any market stall in Nuremberg and take whatever he can hold in one hand. Not steal. Take. One grab. Whatever fits in his fist. The merchant cannot refuse. He is the executioner. The legal system runs through his hands. The merchant watches, says nothing, hates every second of it, and still. At the tavern, when Schmidt sits down, the men around him move their seats. Not loudly, not with words, they just move. And he eats alone. Every time. For 45 years, he earns more than the city doctor. He eats alone. Both of these things are true at the same time. They never stop being true. Your house is at the edge of town. This is not a coincidence. This is the law. Executioners, knackers, tanners, the workers who handle death and waste, are required to live at the city's margins. Your neighbor renders horse carcasses for fat. On some days, the smell from his yard is so thick you can taste it inside your house with the windows shut. Your family does not sit with the congregation at church. There is a section to the far side, behind a partial screen, away from the other families, where you and your wife and your children sit. Separate. The priest hears your confession. He does not shake your hand afterward. Your children go to school. The other children don't speak to them. Not because of rules, because of what they've been told at home. They know whose children these are, the executioner's children. They carry the mark of the trade without having done anything themselves. Your daughter is 8 years old. She already knows why the other girls don't invite her to their houses. Your son will most likely become you, not because he wants to, because there is no other path open to him. The guilds won't take him. The trades won't hire him. The blacksmith's daughter won't have him. You have not told him this yet. He is 12. He already suspects. He will marry an executioner's daughter from another city. They will move somewhere no one knows the family name. And then one day, his own son will stand in a square with a rope in his hands, and the bell will ring once, and he will know exactly what to do. Because his grandfather taught his father, and his father taught him. This is not a profession. It is a bloodline. But here is what nobody tells you when they describe the executioner's life. The killing is not the hardest part. The executions are not the majority of your work. Most people don't know this. You are called master of high and low works. The high work is the execution. The low work is everything else the city needs done that no respectable tradesman will touch. Stray dogs. When they multiply in the streets, when they bite, when they threaten the market, you are called. You handle them. Waste removal. The cesspits beneath the city. The latrines. The places where the city's refuse collects under the buildings everyone walks on top of. When they need to be cleared, cleared by hand, in the dark, in the smell, beneath the streets, that is your job. Lepers. The city taxes those who beg within the walls. A small payment collected weekly. You collect it. You are the city's contact with people no one else will touch. You touch them because you are already untouchable. The logic makes sense to the city council. less so to you. The legal brothels fall partly under your jurisdiction. You maintain order, collect levies, enforce regulations. You are not the city's priest. You are its last resort for everything the city needs done and cannot ask a respectable person to do. By 40, you know this city in a way no scholar or priest ever will. You've been in its cesspits. You've touched its lepers. You've stood inside its worst moments and cleaned up afterward. Every single time. They walk above it. You live inside it. It does not make you feel important. It just makes you feel tired. Franz Schmidt's diary is the closest we get to the inside of this life. He wrote carefully. He recorded names. He recorded crimes. He recorded methods. Hanged, beheaded, broken on the wheel. He didn't write his feelings. He wrote facts. But the diary itself is the feeling. The fact that he kept it. 361 entries. 361 names. He remembered them. He chose to write them down when he could have chosen not to, when most men in his position would have chosen not to. At some point in his career, Schmidt begins petitioning the city council of Nuremberg. Not for more money. Not for better housing. He petitions to have his family's legal classification of dishonor removed. The city has a word for what he is. Dishonorable. It's not an insult, it's a legal category. It's stamped on documents. It means his children can't join a guild, can't own certain property, can't sit where normal people sit. He does the city's dirtiest work, and the city repays him by writing his shame into law. He sends the petition, then again, and again, for years. He is a meticulous man. He keeps records of this, too, a separate stack of papers, beside the diary. He is eventually granted it. 361 executions, 40 years of service. The city gives him a piece of paper that says his family's name is clean now. He gets the paper. He keeps it with the diary. He receives the document. He keeps it with the diary. There is one entry in Schmidt's diary that stands apart from all the others. A young woman, 1580. He records her crime, her sentence, and then, in an unusual break from his exact format, he writes that she seemed not to understand what was happening, that she was not afraid, because she didn't fully grasp what was coming. He doesn't write what he felt watching this. He writes what she looked like in that moment. He describes her expression. That's all. Then the entry ends. The next entry begins immediately. Same format, same measured handwriting, same controlled precision, new name, new crime, new method. People assume that killing professionally for 40 years makes a man empty. Schmidt's diary says otherwise. He kept the names. He fought for his family's honor for decades. He noticed what a young woman's face looked like in her last moment, and then he wrote it down. That is not an empty man. That is a man who carried it, who decided the only way through was to keep going. You did not choose this job. Your father told you to keep your eyes open. You have kept them open for 30 years. Through 361 names, through rope and sword and wheel and fire, through the mornings when the bell rings and the mornings when it is quiet, the city needed you. The city has always needed you. And on the mornings when there is no work, when the square is empty and the bell stays silent, you sit in your house at the edge of town and eat your breakfast alone. The smell from the knacker's yard drifts through the window. Somewhere in the city, the merchants are opening their stalls. The children are going to school. The priest is preparing his sermon. Not one of them knows your name. Franz Schmidt of Nuremberg knew this. He wrote it all down anyway. His diary survives. He doesn't. But the names he kept, all 361 of them, survive with him. Someone had to remember them. It turned out to be the man who killed them.